To you. Welcome to Basic Yoga Flow. My name's Pamela. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, before we get started, just stand by your usual props. Okay, 2 blocks would be great if you know your hamstrings are a little bit tighter. And if you don't have blocks, you can always replace them with thick books or maybe 2 water bottles of roughly the same height. Towel will be good to pat your knees with if for kneeling poses, and also be good to assist you in maybe just some of the binds that we will be working on today. And also it could be used as a strap when you're doing folding forward poses. Okay, so just take your time, set up your props. And once you're ready, let's just find a comfortable seat on your mat. Okay, any cross-legged position. You can even sit on the block. Resting your palms on your knees. Now they could be facing upwards or down. Just see what comes naturally to you. And gently close your eyes. Nice. Now can you sit up taller from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. As you allow your eyes to softly close, begin to turn your awareness inwards and just focus on your breath, moving in and out of your nostrils. Okay, softening the space between your eyebrows. Softening your jaw. And just also notice where your breath is in your body. Nice. So can you bring the attention to your belly? And as you take an inhale, notice your belly expanding like a balloon. And as you exhale, your belly deflates, softens as you draw your navel back to your spine. Again, inhale, your belly expands like a balloon. And exhale, belly deflates. So just carry on with this deep belly breathing for maybe another minute or so. And also using this time to let the mind be quiet. So letting go of anything that doesn't serve you over the next 45 minutes. Nice. If the mind starts to wander during your practice, just observe that thought and let it go, okay, without judging it. And bring the awareness back to your own breath. Okay, a couple more rounds here with eyes still closed. Nice. Now on your next inhalation, blink open your eyes very gently. Okay, nice. And with your eyes open, can you stretch your arms overhead? Interlacing your fingers, flip the palms upwards. Okay, so think about pushing the ceiling away from you. Okay, so stretch out your arms. Keep the sides of your waist very long here. And gently start to sway left to right. Just sway side to side. As you're swaying side to side, both your sitting bones are heavy. Nice, now square the shoulders forward so you're not collapsing any shoulder or turning the chest down towards the mat. Okay, so chest will be facing the front. And maybe each time as you go back to the other side, can you try to deepen this side bend? Okay, so sway side to side. Breathe here, slowly. Alright, so coming back to center, you're going to add a twist now. On your exhale, gently lower the right hand down to your left knee. Place your left fingers on the mat behind your back. Okay, so let me just turn to show you. So left fingers will be in line with your spine. Right hand is pressing into your left thigh. Take an inhale, lengthen from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale, you're going to twist from your navel upwards. Now as you're twisting, just visualize like you're wearing a corset. You're going to keep your ribs in, belly in. So right palm is pressing into your left thigh resisting this. Okay, maybe looking past your left shoulder. Nice, now inhale back to center. Again, so sweep your arms overhead once more. So just keep your hands apart this time. Exhale, you're going to do a gentle forward fold. So tilting forward from your hips as you fold forward. So some of you might be staying here, like a halfway lift. Some of you might be able to walk your hands forward a little bit more. Maybe even resting hands on the mat, or even just staying on your forearms. Okay, so I'll be giving you quite a few options as we go along. Just take an option that suits your practice. Do what you can. Okay, so pushing the sitting bones down to the mat. Stretch your fingertips forward a little bit more. Breathe. Inhale slowly. Rise back up. Stretch your arms overhead. On your exhale, you're going to twist the other way. So left hand over right knee. Right hand on the mat behind your back. Okay, take an inhale here. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale. Again, so think ribs in, belly in. You're going to twist from your navel upwards and perhaps looking past your right shoulder. Nice. Now inhale, coming back to center. Look to the front. Again, continue to warm up with your shoulders. Cactus your hands. Okay, we're going to take a Garudasana bind. So step by step, crossing right arm on top of your left. Okay, so right arm on top of left. You're crossing above your elbows. Now option 1, maybe you hold opposite shoulders. Option 2, press the back of your hands together. So this is your single bind. Option 3, double bind. To get into a double bind, with your palms facing outwards, wrap your wrists around each other. Okay, so 3 options. Lifting your elbows up slightly. Nice, with your forearms away from your face. Just keep a nice neutral spine here. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Breathe. Nice, now uncross your hands, coming back to cactus, switch sides. Crossing left hand on top of your right. Again, maybe you stay here, option 1, easiest. Option 2, single bind. Option 3, double bind. Again, gently lifting your elbows up, hands away from your face, shoulders down. Okay, so to show you from the side, so your palms are not close to your face, you want it slightly away. Nice, shoulders down, you're not shrugging. Okay, just sit up nice and tall. Again, ribs in, belly in. Nice, now releasing your bind. Okay, place your hands on the mat. You're going to rock forward onto your hands and knees. Okay, so in your tabletop now. Now stacking the shoulders on top of your wrists. Knees in line with your hips. Again, so spread the fingers wide comfortably with index fingers pointing forward. Okay, just 4 rounds of cat and cow. Okay, so spine articulation. On your next inhale, tilt your tailbone upwards. Arch your back. Okay, draw shoulder blades closer together. Look forward or look up. Okay, on your exhale, you're going to lengthen your tailbone down, round your back. Press the floor with your palms, chin to your chest. Okay, so think about spreading the shoulder blades away from each other. 3 more. Inhale, arch your back. Tilt your tailbone upwards. Draw shoulder blades closer together, so that's retraction. And on your exhale, round. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. 2 more. Inhale, arch your back. Tilt the tailbone upwards. Shoulder blades closer together. And exhale, round into your cat. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. Okay, last set, please. Inhale. Arch your back, tilt the tailbone upwards. Shoulder blades closer together. And exhale, round. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. Coming back to neutral spine. Now still stay on your hands and knees. Okay, thread the needle. Inhale, you're going to stretch your right hand up now towards the ceiling. Okay, maybe looking up at your lifted hand. On your exhale, right hand threads underneath your left. So I'm scooping my right hand under as I reach my right hand out towards the left side edge of the mat. If you can, you're going to rest your right cheek on the mat. Okay, so if this doesn't work for you, use your block. Okay, you can rest your cheek on the block this way. Okay, so at least your face is supported. Nice. Okay, so as you reach your right hand out towards the left side of the room, keep your neck long. Hips are still level. Option 1, left fingers will stay on the mat close to your face as you gently push the floor away. Option 2, walk your left hand forward. Okay, so stretching the left hand to the front. Option 3, take your half bind. Now to come into your half bind, internally rotate your left shoulder as you wrap your hand around the back. Okay, you don't have to do everything. Maybe just stop at option 1 or option 2. Pressing the right upper arm into the mat, you're twisting towards the left side. Now as I keep that left shoulder back, Breathe. Nice. Now release your left hand wherever it is. Slowly place your left fingertips on the mat close to your face. You're going to push yourself back up as you stretch your right hand up towards the ceiling on your inhale. And on your exhale, lower your right hand down to the mat. Okay, let's do the same for the other side. Inhale, stretch your left hand upwards towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath. Okay, so let me just turn to face this side so you can see. Reaching the left hand towards the right side edge of the mat now. Again, resting your cheek, maybe your ear on the mat. Use a block if need be. Option 1, right fingers on the mat close to your face. Same thing, option 2, stretch your hand forward. 3, take your half bind. Okay, wrap your right arm around the back. Okay, so it's a little twist, and you're pushing the floor with your left upper arm as you keep that right shoulder back. Gently release your right hand. Place your right hand on the mat close to your face. Push yourself back up. Inhale, stretch your left hand up once more towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Lower your left hand down. Once you're here, finding plank pose, so stacking shoulders over your wrists. Straighten your legs, high push-up. Okay, so fingers just spread them wide, press the floor away. So remember, weight-bearing poses, you want to keep the inner edges of your palms grounded and all 10 finger pads and knuckles. Okay, so press the floor away. Next on, just try to maintain this distance between your hands and feet. Can you lift your hips high? Finding your first downward facing dog. Okay, so downward dog, again, your hips are at the highest point now of the inverted V. Okay, so press the floor with your palms. Lengthen through your spine. And take the next 2 moments here to move in any way that you like. Okay, you could be bending one knee as you straighten your other leg. Nice, okay, neck is relaxed, spine long. Some of you might even choose to lift both your heels as you lower your heels down to your right and center and to the left. Okay, so if you have super tight hamstrings, please bend your knees slightly. Focus on lengthening the spine more and just keep the heels lifted. Okay, finding stillness in down dog once you're done adjusting. From here, bend both your knees slightly. Look forward at your hands. You're going to take tiny steps forward, slowly as you come to the top edge of the mat. Uttanasana. Okay, forward fold. So with your feet about hip width distance and slight bend in your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Root to rise, press down through your feet, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly stacking your spine, letting your head be the last to come up as you sweep your arms overhead, maybe looking up at your lifted hand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so as you come to the top edge of the mat, we're going to do 1 round of modified sun salutation. So you can stand with your feet about hip width distance. Again, on your inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, you're going to fold forwards. Okay, so hinging forward from your hips, you can bend your knees, fold forwards. Nice, now inhale, halfway lift. So halfway lift, fingers could be on the mat. Maybe for a start, rest your fingers lightly on your shins. Exhale again, belly to thigh. Hands on the mat beside your feet. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Step your right leg back. Huge step back. Nice, now lower the right knee down. Keep your right palm on the mat inside of your left foot. You're going to gently twist towards the left side and stretch your left hand up. Okay, so if stretching your left hand up doesn't work for you today, maybe just keep your left hand on your left hip, or another modification, you can bend your elbow and place the palm behind your head. Okay, so a few options for your hands. Again, you're twisting a little to your left, breathe. Nice, now release your twist. Okay, coming up into your Anjaneyasana. On your inhale, lift your chest up. Nice, you can press the palms onto your left eye, so that little assist here to come up right. Okay, so hips are squaring forward. Option 1, hands remain here. Option 2, stretch both your arms overhead. Okay, so you're reaching up. Again, so squeeze your legs together. Descend your hips down a little bit more. Okay, so you're working into your right hip flexor, front part of your right thigh. Gently release, lower the hands down to the mat. Going to take your left knee back first. Okay, so from this tabletop transition, tuck your toes, lift your knees, go back to your downward facing dog. Okay, back to your inverted V. Okay, so in down dog, like what we did earlier, with your feet hip width, hands shoulder width. From down dog, shift forward to plank, high push-up. So shoulders stacking over your wrist now. Drop your knees onto the mat. Think about lowering the body all the way down with control. Okay, so shifting the chest forward. Bend your elbows. Elbows will be pointing backwards and gently lower down. Once you're flat on the mat, point your toes back. Hands on the mat beside your chest, rolling up into a baby cobra. Inhale to lift. Okay, just a very gentle back bend. Shoulders away from ears, hug elbows in, push down through your thighs, keep your collarbones broad. Nice, now from your baby cobra, I'm going to push back into a child's pose, okay? So sit back on your heels for a moment, stretch your hands forward. Okay, resting the forehead lightly on the mat. Nice, now from child's pose, roll back into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, finding downward facing dog. Okay, so press the floor away, lift your hips back. Nice, now from down dog, look forward at your hands. Going to slowly step your right foot forward. Again, so if the foot doesn't end up between your hands straight away, just pick the foot up, bring it forward. Gently lower the left knee down to the mat. Anjaneyasana, palms pressing into your right thigh. Inhale to lift your chest. Nice, now we're going to add in a twist. Hands to heart center in prayer. On your inhale, again, lengthen your spine a little bit more, leaning forward. Exhale, you're going to twist towards your right side as you hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. Okay, so hands are in prayer. Can you bring your thumbs close to your heart center? As I release your twist, hands on the mat. Taking this into your half split. As you shift your hips back, you're going to straighten your right leg. Okay, so if your hands aren't touching the mat anymore, place your blocks on either side of your right leg. Can you flex your front foot? Screw off your hips so both hip bones are facing forward evenly. Nice, now keep your left thigh vertical. Take a breath here, inhale. On your exhale, fold forward. So folding towards right toes. Nice, so don't worry if the belly is nowhere near your thigh. Just do your best. Okay, you're feeling that stretch in the back of your right leg, your hamstring. Breathe. Nice, now inhale, look forward halfway. Rebend the right knee to ground your foot. Okay, so just move the blocks aside for now. Hands on the mat, framing your right foot. You're going to lift your left knee to step left foot forward, slowly. Again, so keeping feet about hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Coming up, press down through your feet. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, so just slowly stacking your spine. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so there was one round on the right side. We're going to repeat everything on the other side now. Inhale again, stretch your arms overhead, maybe looking up. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so bend your knees, hinging forward from your hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step your left leg back. Big step back. Okay, drop your left knee down. Keeping your left palm on the mat inside of your right foot. Going to twist towards your right side on your exhale. Stretch your right hand up. Okay, so reaching up to your fingertips. Maybe looking up at your lifted hand. Nice, now release your twist, right hand on the mat. Getting ready to your Anjaneyasana. Palms pressing into your right thigh. Lift your chest up. Breathe here. Okay, so hips are facing forward. Option 1, stay. 2, stretch both your arms overhead. Okay, so you're lengthening it, upper body upwards. Lower body starts to ground. Nice, okay, so you're stretching left hip flexor. Breathe. On your exhale, hands on the mat. Taking that transition via tabletop to downward facing dog. Okay, so step your right knee back first, slowly. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hips back. Okay, so back to your inverted V. From your down dog, shift forward to plank, high push-up. Knees down. Again, gently lower the whole body all the way down as you come and lie on your belly flat. Point your toes back. Hands on the mat next to your chest, rolling up maybe into a slightly higher cobra now. Inhale to lift, shoulders back, hug elbows in. Okay, so notice I'm not hyperextending my arms or shrugging my shoulders. So micro bend your elbows, chest lifting forward and up. Press down through your thighs, drag your hands back energetically. Nice, now from your higher cobra, again, pausing for a moment in child's pose. Sit back on your heels, stretch your hands forward, forehead on the mat. Nice, on child's pose. Roll back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hips back. And see, so back to this inverted V. Nice, now looking forward at your hands. Gently step your left foot forward. Okay, so if you need to, pick that foot up, shift the foot forward, drop your right knee down to the mat, hands pushing into your left thigh. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Okay, so chest upright. Let's bring that into a twist, hands together in prayer. On your inhale, as you lengthen the spine, lean forward slightly. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the left side. So take this time, slowly hook elbow outside left thigh. Doesn't have to be a super deep twist, just maybe elbow touching the thigh. Rotating your torso towards your left, bringing hands to heart center if you can. Nice, here's the left shoulder back. Release your twist, hands on the mat, half split. As you start to shift your hips back, you're going to straighten your left leg. Okay, so flex your front foot, square off your hips. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, we fold. Again, so if your hands don't touch, grab your blocks. You can experiment with 3 heights of the block. Maybe tallest height today, maybe middle. So reaching the crown of your head forwards. Nice, keeping collarbones broad. Maybe belly to thigh. Okay, so wherever you are, the spine is long. You're not rounding in this half split. Nice, now inhale, look forward halfway. Rebend that left knee to ground your foot. Slowly, we're going to step your right foot forward. Okay, so lift your right knee. Big step forward to your right foot, slowly. Again, so staying with your feet hip width. Okay, feet hip width and parallel to each other. On your inhale, again, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Root to rise, press down through your feet, roll up. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. As you sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice, okay, so that was one round of sun salutation. Let's practice a couple of balancing poses. Okay, so with your hands on your hips, tree pose. Shifting the weight now to your left foot. Can you lift your right knee slowly? Okay, so take your right knee out to the right side. Holding onto your right ankle with your right hand, place the foot as high as you can against your inner thigh. If this doesn't work, it could be on your shin bone, maybe against your ankle. Okay, so right knee is out to the right side. Stay strong with your left leg. Nice, our right foot is pressing into your left leg. Sit up a little bit taller, or stand up a little bit taller. Once you're here, option to bring your hands maybe to your heart center. Or you could stretch your arms overhead. So with arms stretched overhead, hands could be shoulder width, hands might be touching. Nice, okay, so notice if you're hyperextending that left knee, can you soften the knee? Spread all 5 left toes, focus on one stationary point in front. Nice, so from here, you're going to transition to another pose, so in a little mini flow. Doing what we did earlier, okay, so wherever your hands are, bring your hands back down to cactus. Okay, can you now cross your left hand on top of your right? Okay, so this familiar shape, your Garudasana hand. Okay, so you can either be holding opposite shoulders, you could be taking a single bind, you could be taking a double bind. Again, so gently lifting elbows up. I know as we've been staying on that left leg for quite a while now. Can you lift that right knee up to your chest, bend your left knee, and cross your right thigh on top. Okay, so you're going to squeeze your inner thighs together. Easier option for your right leg, you could tap your right toes down to the mat. Maybe place your right foot next to your left calf. Final option, most challenging one, hook the foot behind your left leg. Okay, so just a side view. Okay, so you're going to keep both your knees bent. Sit the hips back like you're sitting back on that imaginary chair. At the same time, lifting your elbows up with hands away from your face. Garudasana. Okay, eagle pose. One more big breath here. Slowly unravel your legs, unravel your hands. If you need to, shake it out. And just repeat these 2 poses on the other side now. Okay, so hands to hips. Shifting the weight now to your right foot. Lift your left knee carefully. Take your knee out to the side. Left hand holding on to left ankle. Again, place the foot as high or as low as you want. Maybe just try to avoid your right kneecap area. Okay, so knee points out to the side. Once you're stable, maybe hands to heart. Maybe stretching your arms overhead. Okay, so some of you can even choose to interlace the fingers as you extend your index finger. So your balancing poses, what helps, focus on one stationary point in front. Again, keep your gaze soft. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows, breathe. Wherever your hands are, let's do that little transition. Cactus your hands now. Okay, can you cross right hand on top of your left? Okay, so either hold shoulders, single bind, maybe double bind. Again, gently lifting your elbows up with hands away from your face. Lift the left knee to your chest. You're going to bend your right knee and cross. Okay, so squeeze your inner thighs together. Nice. Now, keep both your hips facing forward evenly. Again, feel free to just tap your left toes down to the mat. Maybe just try to place the foot next to your calf. Here, let me just come to the middle a little bit. Okay, maybe here, maybe taking a double bind. Okay, so we're hugging everything towards the midline. Sit the hips a little bit lower. Lift your elbows up slightly. Breathe. Hold. And slowly release. Unravel your legs. Unravel your hands. Coming back to the top edge of the mat. Hands to your hips. From here, can you take a huge step back with left leg? Or whichever side of your leg that allows you to still watch the screen. Okay, so super wide stance. Okay, so we're going to move into Warrior 2 shortly. Can you stretch your arms out sideways and see if your ankles are below your wrist? Okay, that's the rough distance. Now from here, turn your right foot forward. Bend your right knee. Okay, so just try to keep your knees stacked on top of your ankle. If you can, if this is too much for your knee, just soften that bend. And just lining up right heel with the arch or the heel of your back foot. Okay, so bend into your knees, stretch out your arms. Hips are facing same side. Okay, breathe. Holding the shape of your legs, let's reverse. Flip your right palm up on your inhale. Exhale, sweep your right arm overhead. Okay, so reach it back. Resting the left hand lightly on your left leg. Okay, so roll right armpit back. Push down through the outer edge of your left foot. Breathe. Now inhale, come back up, Warrior 2. Side angle. Okay, so shape of your legs remain. Lower down to your right forearm. Stretch your left arm overhead. Again, so if this action doesn't work with your shoulders, you can do this. Or maybe just hold your hip. Okay, so your right forearm, you're gently pushing into your right thigh. Continue to revolve your right rib under and up. Okay, so you're not collapsing. Nice. And think about that nice long line from your left heel all the way to your left fingertips. Maybe looking up at the ceiling. Inhale, coming back up, Warrior 2. Easy, nice. Let's do the other side. So hands on hips. Turn your right foot inwards. Turn your left foot out towards the back. Okay, so right foot is parallel to the shorter side edge of the mat. Bend your left knee slowly and stretch out your arms. Again, so left knee is striking left second toe. Nice. If you can bend to left knee a little bit more, then you can look past your left fingertips. Breathe. Let's reverse. Flip the left arm up, inhale. Exhale, sweep your left arm overhead. Okay, so right hand is resting lightly on your right leg. Nice, our hips are still even. Maybe side bend a little bit more towards your back foot. Inhale, come back up, Warrior 2. Again, hold the shape of your legs. One more pose. Side angle. Left forearm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm overhead. Okay, so Parsvakonasana. Again, you're pressing down through the outer edge of your right foot as you reach through your right fingertips. Nice. Now notice left shoulder isn't shrugging, so left shoulder away from your ear. Revolving left rib under and up. Breathe here. Nice. Now inhale, coming back up, Warrior 2. Hands to hips. Turn your left foot inwards. Okay, nice. Now carefully turn your right foot forward. Bend your right knee and shift the right foot maybe about 2 inches towards your right side. High lunge. Can you now pivot onto the ball of your left foot? Okay, so lifting that back heel up. So right knee is bent to a square. Power through that left leg. Once you're steady, stretch both your arms up. Nice again. So think upper body lengthening upwards, lower body grounding down. So pressing down through the ball of your left foot more. Nice. Spread all 5 right toes. Holding the shape of your legs. Can you now lean forward? Finding a resting warrior. I know it's not a resting pose. Your body, it's like in a 45-degree angle now. Hollow the belly. Squeeze your legs together. Again, holding the shape of your legs, going to do a little bit more. Hands together in prayer. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's twist across towards the right side. Okay, so we did that modified version earlier with left knee on the mat. Okay, so left elbow is pressing into your right thigh. Lift that lower belly. Maybe bringing your thumbs a little bit closer to your heart center. Releasing your twist slowly. Inhale, come back to high lunge. Whew. Nice, now hands to hips. Slowly again, now turn your feet towards the left side edge of the mat. Okay, so feet parallel to each other. Can we repeat the same 3 poses on the other leg? Turning your left foot towards the back. Bend your knee first and shift that left foot about 2 inches to the left maybe. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Lift the heel up. Okay, so with high lunge, you want your feet to be hip width distance. So your left heel lines up with left hip, right heel with right hip. Okay, it's not a tightrope situation here. Stretch your arms up. Okay, so power through that right leg. Keep that front knee bent. Push down to the ball of your right foot more. Now, so notice if you're flaring the ribs out, can you keep your ribs in, belly in? Resting warrior. Lean forward carefully. Again, you're not flopping. Hollow the belly. Keep the biceps next to your ears. Stay strong on that back leg. Breathe here. Nice. Now hands to heart center. In your inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, turn your torso towards the left. Hook. Right elbow outside of left knee. Okay, so hips are still level. Power through that back leg. Twisting a little bit more towards your left. Breathe. And maybe thumbs closer to your heart center. Release your twist. High lunge. Slowly. Inhale. Sweep your arms overhead once more. Hands to your hips. Carefully turn both your feet towards the long side edge of the mat. Keeping your feet parallel to each other. Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. Okay, so you can turn your little toes in slightly. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards. So you're hinging forward from your hips. Now if you can, you're going to rest your fingers on the mat. If you can't touch the mat, grab your blocks. Blocks are there to help you. You could be resting the fingers on the blocks as such. Okay, so blocks or fingers on the mat. Now on your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit more. Okay, so tilting forward from your hips. Think about reaching the crown of your head closer to the mat. Whether or not it touches, it doesn't matter. Okay, just the general direction your head is going. Nice, your legs are straight, but not locking, so knees soft. Think about contracting your thigh muscles more. Okay, neck is relaxed. Some of you can even walk your hands back a little bit more so they line up with the arches of your feet, if it's available. Okay, so strong legs, root down through your feet. Drag your heels together. Breathe. Nice, now inhale. Halfway lift, flat back. Pause here, you're going to add a twist. Okay, so if your right hand isn't resting comfortably on the mat now, please place a block there. Can you place your right hand on the block? So where your right hand on block is, it's somewhere below your face, in the middle of your legs. In the middle of your feet, right in the middle. Okay, so left hand holds left hip. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, slowly start to twist towards the left side. Okay, so hips aren't shifting, hips are still level. As you turn your torso towards your left, option 1, you can stay here, left hand continues to hold your hip. Option 2, stretch your left hand overhead. Okay, so reaching the left hand up. Final option, half bind. Left hand around the back. Okay, so maybe holding on to your right thigh. Cannot reach, never mind, left hand around the back. Nice, now curl that left shoulder back. Twist a little bit more towards your left. Either look up, look down, or look to the side. Those in a bind, release your bind. Stretch your left hand back up. Lower your left hand down to the mat. Okay, so same thing on the other side again. So left fingers on the mat or on the block. Right hand holds right hip. On your inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, twisting towards the right side. Okay, slowly again. So hips don't shift. Stay here, option 1. Option 2, stretch your right arm overhead. Option 3, half bind. Okay, so right half bind. Maybe you're grabbing hold of your left thigh with your right fingers. Spin that right shoulder back without shifting the hips. Breathe. Nice, now release your right hand up towards the ceiling if you're in a half bind. Lower your right hand down slowly. From here, hands on hips. Push down through your feet. We're going to slowly make our way back up. Okay, once you're upright, turn your right foot forward. Gently just step your left foot forward. That's all. Okay, so coming back to the top edge of the mat. And once you're here, inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Again, so hinging forward from your hips. Can keep your knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On your exhale, Separate your feet slightly wider now. Okay, so you're still at the top edge of the mat, feet slightly wider. Bend your knees. Let's take yogi squat, malasana. Okay, so if this is not a comfortable position for you, it's hard to bend your knees so much, you can always sit on a block, okay, and stay here. Okay, so just elevate your hips this way. If you can, you're in malasana like that, palms together in prayer. Nice, and you're gently pushing your thighs with your upper arms, and your thighs are resisting that. So thighs pressing back into your upper arms. Okay, let's slowly walk into a bind. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so start to reach your right hand out towards your right side. So right arm is in front of your right shin. Stretch your left hand up. So this is a split arm variation. You can choose to stay here, option 1. Option 2, to come into your bind. Internally rotate the left shoulder as you wrap your left hand around. Right hand is going to do the same action. Internally rotate the right shoulder, wrap your right hand around your right shin. Okay, so notice the arm is in front of your shin, it's not behind, not this way. Okay, so hand around the shin. If you can, you're going to be grabbing hold of your left wrist. Okay, let me just turn around to show you. Okay, so option, holding on to left wrist. Okay, this is most challenging. Slightly easier, hold on to your fingers. Now, if you find that your hands are nowhere near each other, take your towel or strap now, hold it with your left hand, and then you pass it to your right hand. Okay, so pose is made more accessible with the use of a prop. Okay, so holding on to whatever you can reach, whether it's your hands or towel. Nice, so can you lift your chest? Right arm is pressing into your right thigh, maybe looking past that left shoulder upwards. Release your bind, split the hands, hands back to heart center, other side. Okay, so reaching the left hand out towards the left side now. Stretch your right hand up towards the ceiling. Option 1, stay. 2, right hand around the back. Left hand again, so turn the shoulder inwards. Wrap your left hand around the left shin. Holding on to, again, could be your right wrist. It could be your fingers. You could be using a strap. Okay, so left knee isn't collapsing towards the midline. Keep that left arm pushing into your left thigh gently. Maybe looking past that right shoulder. Breathe. Nice, and release your bind. If you have it, hands back to heart center. Nice. Okay, from malasana, we're going to sit onto the mat. Okay, so slowly lower your bum down. Nice. In butterfly, bring the soles of your feet together now. Baddha Konasana. So draw your heels closer to your groin area and think about pushing the little toes down into the mat. Okay, so stretching out to your inner thighs, out to your knees. Now, if you have your knees really far away from the mat, I would suggest just stay more upright, seated upright. Otherwise, if your knees are quite close, option 2, maybe just add in a little forward fold. Okay, you could be resting on your forearms. Okay, so just from the side. So you could be resting on forearms like that. Maybe even walking your hands forward. Okay, or you could be sitting upright. So wherever you are, folding forward or not, again, you're pushing your heels together. Press your little toes down to the mat. Nice. And at the same time, engaging your glutes to keep the knees maybe a little bit lower. Nice. Now one more big breath. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Lift your chest up. Okay, so keeping this left heel close to your groin area, can you now extend your right leg out towards the right side? Okay, so you might just want to keep the heel within the mat, so adjust yourself accordingly. Okay, so left heel to groin. If you can, maybe open up a little bit wider. Now keep your right toes pointing upwards. Revolve Janu Sukhasana. Okay, it's going to be a side bend action. Okay, nice. Now start looking towards your right foot. Lean forward sideways. Okay, so you're not folding here. You're going to lean sideways. And see if you can maybe rest the forearm on the mat inside of your right thigh. So if this doesn't work, grab your block. Block inside of your right thigh. Rest the forearm. Okay, then from here, stretch your left hand overhead. Okay, so this is one option again. Use the block to help you. So this left hand overhead again, it's a side bend like what we did earlier in side angle. Same action. Okay, if lowering down to the floor is easy, you could be here now. Now continue to think about reaching the fingers towards your right foot. Nice. Now shoulders aren't collapsing. Roll open, so chest is facing the front or facing the side, whichever way you're facing. Roll left armpit back. Revolve your right rib under and up. And breathe. Okay, your left knee is off, not off the mat again. Think of that butterfly leg. Inhale, coming back up to center. Slowly, other side. Okay, so as you fold that right heel into your groin area, stretch your left leg out to the left side. Nice, okay, so maybe it could be wider, maybe lesser. Flex the foot, left toes. Again, so start to lean towards your left foot sideways. Maybe forearm down to the mat. Or use your block. Left forearm on the block. Slowly, okay? So stretch your right hand overhead. Again, if this doesn't work for your shoulder, you can always bend your elbow and place the palm on the back of your head as your right elbow points up, or even just holding your right hip with your right hand. Okay, so think side bending. Slowly, again, so at the same time, reaching the fingers towards your left foot. Roll right armpit back. Revolving left rib under and up. Breathe. Okay, so left foot is active. Spread the toes, point your toes up. Dig that left heel down. Nice, now inhale, coming back up to center slowly. Nice, now, can you now bend both your knees? Just adjust yourself. Okay, you're going to lie down onto the mat now. So with your feet about hip width distance, slowly lie back down. Setting up your bridge pose. Okay, so feet hip width and parallel. Hands on the mat beside your body. Take your time, push out through your feet. Start to lift the hips, lift the lower back. Upper back, lifting the chest towards your chin. Options, you can have your hands beside the body. Option 2, maybe start to walk your elbows and arm bones closer together as you interlace the fingers beneath your back. So push out through your feet, keep your chest up. Okay, and don't let your knees flare out. So feel as though you are actually squeezing a block between your thighs now. Okay, so chest up, breathe. Very gently, lower your bridge again. Just take your time, release your pose. Once you're back onto the mat, bring your knees closer together now. Stretch your arms out sideways. Okay, we're going to take this into your supine twist. So arms out to the side. Can you now slightly shift the hips to your right first? Gently lower the knees down to your left. Okay. Looking past your right shoulder. So if you're experiencing any lower back discomfort, try to move your hips maybe a little bit more to your right. Can you bring the knees higher towards your chest or belly? So notice right shoulder isn't off the mat. You want to keep that right shoulder down. So press the back of your right shoulder down to the mat. If you want to, your left hand could be also resting on your right thigh. Nice, and release your twist. Come back to center. Slowly, other side. Move your hips a little to your left. Lower the knees down to your right. Okay, so lower the knees down to your right and look past your left shoulder. Again, so press the back of your left shoulder down into the mat. Draw your knees higher to your chest or belly if that's accessible. Breathe. Nice, now release your twist. Slowly come back to center. Okay, once you're here, straighten your left leg down to the mat. Half knee hugging pose. Bend your right knee to your chest, interlacing the fingers around your right shin. On your exhale now, lifting the head and bring the chin closer to your right knee. Okay, so you're going to feel a bit of pressure on the abdominal area on your right side. Nice knee to your chest. I'm going to just throw in a little bit of core work. Again, so keep that knee to your chest. Can you start to hover your left foot? So a few inches off the mat. Okay, you can spread the toes, point, floint, or flex your left foot. If you're still okay here, release your hands as you think about reaching your fingers towards your left toes. So lift the shoulder blades, chin to knee, hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come back down, other side. Straighten your right leg down to the mat. Hug the left knee to your chest. And so fingers interlace around the left shin. Exhale, lift your head, bring the chin to your left knee. Okay, so half knee hugging pose. Nice. Here comes the core work. Lift the right leg. Spread the toes, point, floint, or flex. If you're still okay here, continue to reach your fingers forward. Nice. Okay, so shoulder blades off the mat. Lift your chest, chin to knee. Hold for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back down. Hug both your knees into your chest. Okay, for the next few seconds, just maybe gently rock the body side to side. So this is one option, rock side to side. Another way, which is actually my preferred way, just draw big circles with your knees, okay? So palms on your knees, let's do about 5 rounds clockwise. And 5 rounds counterclockwise, okay? So just giving your back a nice massage. Nice, now coming back to center. Hug your knees a little bit tighter now, wrapping your arms around your shins. Exhale, lifting the head, bringing the forehead or nose to your knees. And giving yourself a final squeeze. Shavasana. You've come to your final pose, final relaxation. Straighten your legs. Separate your feet to about the width of your mat. Just have your hands beside your body. Okay, with your palms facing upwards, gently closing your eyes. Corpse pose. Okay, so in your corpse pose, you can just let go of any residual tension in your body as you allow your body to be completely still, completely present, and just allow your body to absorb all the benefits from your practice earlier. Nice. Now, if you have a little bit more time at home, I would highly recommend you to stay maybe 2 more minutes in Shavasana in this shape. Otherwise, start to bring the awareness back to your body by moving your fingers and moving your toes. Bringing your legs together to touch. Stretch your arms overhead. Interlacing your fingers, flip the palms upwards. Point your toes and give yourself a nice, good stretch. And on your exhale, release. Bend both your knees. Slowly roll over to the right side. Okay, so you could be resting on your right upper arm in a fetal position. Take your time, push yourself back up to any comfortable seat facing the front with your eyes still closed. You could either keep your hands resting on your knees, or if you're joining me in Anjali Mudra, palms together to touch at your heart center. Slowly bring the awareness back to your body and back to this present moment on your mat by blinking your eyes open very slowly. Namaste. Thank you all for tuning in today. I will see you guys again. So same time, same place, next Saturday at 3 p.m. Okay, have a great weekend ahead and stay safe. Thank you. Bye.